out. I'm the flyest motherfucker at the kickback. Not a competition, little boy with a wrist that. Meet me in the bathroom, I don't want to chit chat.
So, okay, so I had a question. So do you go live or do you do your editing and then
I
release
do my
it?
editing and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. But sometimes live, I mean, I don't know. But editing's where it's at.
I want to go live later on, but I want to have it live where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, we're using these 3 cameras, we're switching back and forth, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Have a producer in the back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
More professional live stream.
But you know
do,
what?
like, TikTok
No,
live.
editing's where it's at.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of
but
work.
It's definitely where it's at.
Okay.
Huh? What was that?
Basically, it's very like meticulous. It's very
Yeah. You just gotta go with every single little part. But that's what I do.
It's precise, isn't it?
Yeah. You have to be. Get the cuts all in order and stuff. That's what I do, though, you know? So it's another day for me.
And you know what, too, though? Do you get, like, you like doing it, huh?
Yeah.
See
You
what I'm
gotta.
saying?
You know, in the stuff that I do, you gotta like it. Even if it's a lot of work, you know, it's the busy work that you're not supposed to like that you gotta end up liking at the very end of it.
I like doing it too, and I just go off my phone. I just do the editing off of my phone. And my phone's not the best camera, but I can only imagine if it was good cameras.
Yeah, no, the cameras
You know
on
what I
the
mean?
phones are.
But I just got a regular little Android one.
Okay.
But it does the
switch to
job.
iPhone.
It does the job. I know I should, but I go through them too much, and I'm just like whatever. I don't
get one of those like freaking heavy duty cases and stuff.
Yeah, I probably should. I just haven't.
In case it, I got the same one actually, the iPhone 11. But yeah, I'm gonna welcome in the podcast. Welcome, guys, to the Kickback Podcast. We got a special guest, bro. I met you at a party. You're one of my dad's friends, and I like that you guys are very authentic, bro. That's what really captured me when I was talking to you guys. You know, you guys are very yourselves. So go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Mr. Manuel, like a manual book.
You guys want to be on the podcast, or?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm Kanazi.
Kanazi?
All right, what's going on, guys? They call me Sin Santos.
Sin Santos. I'm sorry you guys can't really hear them. I don't have another microphone set up. Actually, wait. Let me see before anything.
Good shit, man. My man knows what he's doing.
Now we got all the microphones working. Go ahead.
Props to Joan. Okay, so they call me Sin Santos. We are the already knowing crew, the Ark. Me and Manuel are a little subgroup called the Archangels, and currently they're playing our song on Power 106 called For You. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, that's us pretty much.
Yeah, that's right.
And where do you guys come from? Where did you guys start? What do you guys do?
Want to take it, Manuel, first?
I'm first generation here in Corona. Born and raised.
Where are your parents from?
Durango and Guadalajara.
Okay. So Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we're first generation.
That's right.
And I was born and raised in the Crown. And Sinner specifically was my primo, Dr. Alias. Dr. Alias.
Special Dr. Alias.
They were homies. They used to freestyle in detention.
Yeah, back in junior high, you know.
Oh, okay. So you guys knew
Junior
each other from way back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was my
It's
cousin.
like a
I think
brother
he's
to me.
like
This is my
4 years.
brother.
Yeah, he's like 4 years older than me. My primo, Dr. Alias. What's up? And then
Dr. Alias.
like I look up to him, you know.
Okay.
So everything he liked.
How much older are you than him?
I think he's like 4 years older than me.
4 years.
Okay.
4 years, yeah.
So
yes,
I would always be at my tia's house, and I just everything he did I liked, you know. So he was rapping, so I was already rapping back then because he was rapping. But
So
anyway,
he got you into rapping?
in a way, yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's his own story in itself.
Did you know that you got him into rapping?
I mean, actually, no. Shit.
Yeah,
My grandmother here, my brother.
Yeah, in a way, because they would rap,
wow.
and my cousin was already rapping.
And what would you
at
guys
home,
rap about?
At home. Well, they were rapping.
Okay.
They were rapping at school, and then I was just rapping with my cousin
Back
at
in
home.
junior high, bro, if I may interject, back in junior high, man, me and his cousin, once again, props to Dr. Alias, we used to
Dr. Alias.
battle rap. Yes,
Okay.
battle rap on paper in detention. And we used to pass it.
How did you guys get into
Back
detention?
and forth. Oh, man, doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? Stupid stuff, you know, just being late, you know, stupid stuff.
Okay.
Cheating on tests.
Yeah, the
You
usual.
know, you're talking smack. Maybe to a teacher here and there.
happens.
Maybe once in a while. You know, it wasn't like an everyday thing. But we ended up in detention, and man, dude, we just started rapping, just back and forth. We're talking about just stupid stuff. Your mom was so fat, you jumped up in the air, got stuck. And I looked up and I said, what the You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stupid stuff. You know what I mean? But that's how it started. And it's a trip, dude, now. How here we are now.
Yeah.
Fast forwarding now.
I think about that all the time.
Major
How many
growth.
years later?
Man, dude, maybe
That
20
was
years
probably
later.
that was probably like the
Maybe 20 or something?
mid 90s for sure.
Yeah.
I would say 95, 90, maybe even
Yeah.
95, 96 maybe.
Man, I was trying to make us sound young, but you just...
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Like back in the 60s. I was like, oh, shit.
So that's how I met him, right?
Joking.
And he always used to sport this Steeler jersey, and he'd always walk all, from this side of the town to the other side of town. He'd walk all over.
And to
I
this
had
day, you still
multiple
represent
Steeler
the
jerseys.
Steelers.
I'm just saying.
Multiple Steeler
I had multiple Steeler jerseys. Let's get it right.
So me and my cousin would do the same thing. We walked everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So we would always see him, and then obviously as his homie, and hey, that's how I would see him. Hey, I would just tell him what's up, and stuff like that. But I don't think we like literally rapped with each other back then, because I would only rap in front of my cousin Dr. Alias.
What was your first experience going in there to rap? Like, because my friends sometimes they start like freestyling right there, and they're like, "Bro, get in here, get in
Oh,
here."
yeah.
I can't
yeah.
do it. I
Man,
don't
it's
know
all
how to
practice,
do
bro. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, bro.
it. Yeah. So how was your
Just
first
like
experience
anything.
doing it?
For my first experience was watching him, Dr. Alias, grab a tape, cover up the tops, and record himself. I had
Damn.
never seen that before, and
Just
I
from
remember,
scratch.
yeah, when my Theo's tape deck, and then he put the tape deck, and boom, his voice came out of what he recorded. I had never seen that in my life till that point, and I was young. I was probably like, who knows, probably 11, 12, probably 10 at the lowest. And then I went home and grabbed whatever little tape I could find, and I covered them, and I did it in my mom's little tape deck, and I never forgot it.
A tape deck.
Yeah,
Tape deck.
yeah.
They
it's
don't
tape
even
deck.
use those as much anymore, huh?
No, that was back then. It was tapes.
How was your guys' switch been? Like, you guys still make music to this day, huh?
Well, I'll put it this way, man. I have a studio in my or basically at my house. I was gonna say my access, but my house actually rather. I have a studio. I went to school
For music?
Yeah, pretty much RCC.
Oh wow.
You know, computers too, but that's neither here nor there. But basically, I have a studio, and then my boy Mr. Mano has a studio too. So
So you guys
basically, the crew.
each have studios. So you guys both produce.
Yes,
Yeah, my-
basically. Yeah, sound engineer, all that stuff.
Okay.
Mixer, master, my own stuff. And that's why, remember when he said, it's all, it's all
In
little
the
small-
fine details.
Man, I know what it is, bro. I know what it is, bro. Every sound, the hats, the kicks, the snares, the mids, the toms, everything has to have its own channel, and it has to be perfectly, meticulously right.
Perfect to the dot.
Yeah. So, I feel you when he said, like, oh,
And
this
that only
guy-
comes from years
yeah.
of experience, and that's what I got
Yeah.
when I first started talking to you guys. It's
Experience
like,
is
okay, these
everything,
guys know
brother.
a lot of stuff.
Yes.
These guys have been through a lot of stuff.
Experience is
Yeah,
vital, brother.
my Dr. Alias talked my carnala, my sister. Shout out to my sister Sonia.
Sonia.
She to take out a 4-track on her credit, because they were already out of high school, right? So I think I was like 17, 18. But my Dr. Alias talked her into,
And she did it.
and she did it. So she went and she co-signed for
Props
us
to Sonia.
and got us our first
Hey,
little
Sonia.
4-track.
Came in clutch, huh?
It was a little
Props to Sonia.
4-track,
That's
and it
badass.
wasn't a regular tape. It was like its own special tape. So you had to record off of their own tape. So
It was like a dad tape.
I think so. I don't know. So I just
audio?
remember it, right? And I remember that's when we both first started recording off of something a little bit more professional than just recording off of my Theo's karaoke machine. Or,
Yeah, that's old school. I ain't
and
gonna lie,
yeah,
bro.
so we
That's old
we
school, bro.
invested into that, and yeah, that's cool. And he still has it to this date, I believe.
You know what's the trip, bro?
With
When
the
I started
tapes.
making music, there were already CDs out. So that right there, this is
He's
this
even
is-
before that.
Yeah,
Old school.
Yeah,
Old
so
school.
it was. So we record, and I remember he used to tell me
That
all
was
the
like
time.
old school style,
He used to
dude.
say all the
That's-
time. I don't know what big
classic. I'm
band it was.
interested in
I
this.
want to guess if I had to get like the Rolling Stones or something like that. Oh, the Rolling Stones recorded off of this exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because back that was already
Old
old.
school.
That was already old, and we had got it kind of, I guess, like new. But
It was
they
new
had
to you, but it was old to everybody else.
Exactly, I
Okay.
believe so, right? So I remember he would always say that, like, "Don't worry, these guys recorded off of this."
Yeah. It's
a
gonna
tried
work
and
for us
true.
too.
Yeah. So then we used it forever,
That's the thing
and
about
I
old
did-
school. It's fucking tried and true, dog.
Yeah. So we recorded for many years. We'd have our
Especially
sessions.
the old school ways and recording. It's tried and true.
And how old are you?
That tape, like,
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm actually 32. I'm going to be 33 in October 11th.
Okay. And when did you
Oh,
join?
shit.
So you guys are a little bit different in age, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is it
This is our
different?
protege right here, man. You know what I mean? This is our boy right here, Kanazi.
How is it different you coming into music versus them when they were coming into music?
Well, when I first started coming into music, basically, like, I was like about, I had to be like 13 and 14, 15 years old when I wrote my first rhyme. And I remember when I got older, like, I got a Tupac CD, and the more I listened, the more inspired I got. And then so I just started rapping about stupid stuff as a teenager, like just dumb stuff, whatever. And then 2014, I lost my father, and I started. I got more into hip hop, more serious into rapping and all that. And I had this producer back in the day named Oside Blaze.
Can you share that microphone a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, I got more serious into studios. Like back in the day, I had this producer named Oside Blaze, and I met him back in 2015, and he was located out in Oceanside. So he was like, "Hey, I got a studio here in Oceanside. Come to me. I like you got some dope shit. I want to keep working with you and this and that." So I would take the train to get out there, and then
You would take the train?
yes, Metrolink, Amtrak, everywhere. And then so fast forward to now, 2023, Oside disappeared, and I wasn't making any music. And so my one of my homies, Silos, from my neighborhood, he hit me up one day and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I got this producer. He lives right down the street from you. His name is Mr. Manyo. He likes one of your music. He wants to work with you." And I was like, "Sure, all right, pull up." So we get there, and Manyo showed me was playing me some beats for me to write to, and there's just one particular beat that I really liked, and so I got it.
What did you like about that beat?
Oh, I liked it just took me back to high school. Like it sounded like he made it sometime back in 2008, 2009.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia.
I actually made it in 2005.
Ah,
Like,
so you could kind of
yeah.
recognize that vibe off of it.
2005. Okay.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So the first thing Manuel said to me was, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you this beat, but anything you write to, I'm not gonna like it." So I'm thinking in my mind, okay, is this guy trying to say that I suck or what? So I write my verse down, and his percent. I mentioned bringing the blacks and the Mexicans together. So I'm a black dude, and I live in Home Gardens. Only one black person amongst a lot of Mexicans. So I grew up with Mexicans all my life. So
And what do you think?
it feels good because I've always felt like I was Mexican on the inside.
And what about the food?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Love carne asada and everything.
What about nachos?
Love the nachos. Now my mouth is watering talking about it.
Man, I'm a chef.
Hey, after the
So I can cook
podcast, the munchies gonna be hitting.
Serio.
that. Bro, oh my God, dog. This is what I do, dog. I'm also a chef as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started up a little.
So you
business.
cook it up in the studio and in the kitchen?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, the homies call me the chef, Le Chef. So.
Finish your story, Kanazi.
Oh yeah, finish the story. Finish the story. You're
So
like, bah. I was like, whoa, what did you?
so So anyway, Manuel liked my verse because I mentioned black and Chicano, one black and some Mex, and ever since then, Manuel, the first time I didn't really know much about Manuel. I didn't understand his mindset because I didn't know him that well, and so I'm thinking in my mind like, man, I'm not gonna blow up with this guy. I'm not gonna make it with him. But then, the more I got to know him after the roll-up video we did, he started bringing me some trajectory classes, and I never knew what a trajectory was. So when I got to the class, I just never stopped going. Every Wednesday I'm hitting this guy up. Hey, trajectory tonight. Trajectory. Every Wednesday.
And what is trajectory? What is
That's the party you were talking about where we met, where your dad took you.
that? Was trajectory there?
It's a class. It's a trajectory class where a lot of people meet up.
That's pretty much like a self-growth, networking.
Self-growth?
And it's like a
Self-
whole
yeah.
little
If you really want to know what the class is about,
class, that's really an improvement, overall improvement.
Improvement class. Okay.
yeah. But if you guys really want to know what the class is about,
Stop on by.
I just you can stop on by. It's at the State Bridge every Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Or no, 6 to 8 p.m.
And did you start the trajectory class?
No, that wasn't me. The way I met the guys that are running it, shout out to Scotty and Jay.
Jason, Scott.
I'm part of Love Foundation, and Marissa, who knows your dad,
Respects. Love Foundation.
she's doing a lot of good things in the community. It has a nonprofit organization called Love Foundation, and I've known her because I worked with her for I think she was at the company for over 17 years. I'd always see her, but we never really talked like that. But she was also a homegirl from the neighborhood because I remember seeing her, and she knows my one of my primas, but shout out to my prima Sandy. So, but she didn't really remember me, but she remembered me from work.
Okay.
And she knew I always did music. So when she started her nonprofit organization, she reached out to me and said if I could help her with the Love Foundation rap song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you made a song for her?
I made a song for her. I helped her. We went into Scotty's studio, and then we put the song together. When I got to the studio, we were there, getting the session ready to go. I look at the door, and here comes in. Shout out to Angel Baby, who's he's a big part in the community, not just one community, but a lot of communities everywhere. He's also a DJ for a radio station. Few radio stations, I believe. He's just a big influence.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, and there's a whole story and even in that, just my story with it, that's like a whole story in itself.
Yeah.
But anyways, this guy's awesome. Anyway, so he's part of the Love Foundation song.
For the trajectory classes?
No, for just the Love Foundation song.
Okay.
The rap song. When I helped her with the rap song, we went to that session, and Angel Baby was there to help her to be part of it.
Okay.
And he brought his artist, MC Rec, shout out to MC Rec. And we're all part of Love Foundation in a way. That's Love Foundation is Angel Baby, MC Rec, myself, and Marissa. And that's her nonprofit organization. So we're on her song for Love Foundation. It's us. So we're part of Love Foundation, right?
What's the nonprofit for? What do you guys do there?
She just helps the community out. Her story's amazing, which her story's out there too. You just have to look.
I gotta have her on too.
Yeah, exactly. So she has her own story on her own that she's passionate about helping the community from anywhere from homeless to battered women to just anybody who really needs help. Mental.
It's beautiful what she does, dog.
Mental health.
You know what I mean?
And what made you guys want to get into the trajectory classes?
Also,
Because making the commitment to show up every single Wednesday, there's got to be something behind it.
This how it all started. So this my bad. So this how it all
me up, or you want to?
Yeah, let me keep going. So we can get to that
keep
point.
going,
So we helped her. I helped her with the Love Foundation's rap songs, right? So then, after it was at Scotty's studio, I didn't know he had all this yet, right? We're just there for a session. I hadn't seen Marissa in years, and she reached out to me, and she was doing all this positive stuff, and asked for a rap song. I helped her out. The studio, the session we had was at Scotty's house, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And I just wanted to throw out there that Angel Baby was there and that he had his artist. Like, it meant a lot to me it was like a wow factor. Like, right. Oh man, what's up? I'm gonna be on a Love Foundation song with these guys. So what was cool about it, we did the session and they gave me the files to do the final mix. And I thought that was awesome. So I was able to take the files home and I was able to kind of tweak the song. And because that day I had done my verse there, but then I kind of touched it up because I had the luxury of being able to have all the files. So then I did the song and she fell in love with it. She loved the song. Everybody loves the song. Then she tells me we have to perform it. So then I start performing it with her. And just a lot of good things started happening after that. And she involved me pretty much in the community. So growing up myself.
For Love Foundation.
Yes. So growing up in the neighborhood back in days, you'd always see those people that were throwing events and us kids would be there. And now I'm part of that. Through Love Foundation, I'm part of the community and I'm trying to do good things and amazing things to help people out. So
I get that a lot from you too. I was looking on your Instagram and I noticed that you like to, one, help people out as much as you can, like how you said about the community, but you also care about family. And that's what I've noticed a lot too. Yeah,
it's crazy because when you're younger, you don't think about that stuff. But once you have your kids and I have my wife and I'm a family man, you know, it's you really start to see things in a different light. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I most definitely I'm trying to do the right thing now. like I say in our song that we have, I say,
Call Bar on 6 and we crest it.
yeah.
For you,
Kinda
Bar
got
on
stuck,
6.
yeah.
520-1059. Request for you by the
Let's just spit it for him.
Spit it for me.
Yeah, spit it.
No, man.
All right, here
Nah,
goes.
bro, give it to me. Don't try
Here
out
goes.
now.
Oh, come on, dog.
I
Here
know
goes.
you've been
Where's
wanting
the
to
beat?
do
Where's
this.
the beat, dog? Where's the
Throw
beat?
it on your phone. So we did the song for our kids. So through all this, going back to it real quick while he gets it ready.
Yeah.
So Love Foundation. So before Love Foundation, I was already doing my music since I was young, like we talked in the beginning. So then as I got older, I realized it was a business. I got into it. I did big shows, little shows. It don't matter what's Sinner in the beginning. We were doing little shows around
Whenever you guys are ready.
the neighborhood, and then we were doing big shows. So I had laid low from that because I was just overdoing it. Too much drink, too much partying, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
You
I
got
was
tired
like,
of it?
Well, not tired of it. It was just, I was just overdoing it. I had no control.
Oh.
I was just partying.
It became
hard.
a problem.
I started running the club owner started letting me have a certain night. Then I was doing the big shows, and I'd always have my little VIP area with my bottles and beer, whatever, you know. Like I ended up getting sick from partying too hard. Years later, where I had to stop drinking. So anyway, so I was doing these big, so I had laid low for a while, and then I was just making music just because that's what I like to do. And then through her, she kind of brought me back, but in a good way.
Back to what?
Back to like doing little performing and performing in a way, pretty much, because I was
Doing you.
those, yeah, because I used to perform my songs, like I said, when I realized it was a business. Then I went away from that and just went back to making music. Back to why I started, just making up music at home, not really caring if people hear it or not, just making music. Just
Doing it for yourself,
In a
yeah.
way, kind of building up a catalog too, right? So I was just making music, whether it be beats or putting lyrics together, whatever. So I just did that, and I kind of was just being selfish, kind of just holding in my own little thing at the house, my little studio, doing me. Well, she brought me back to performing because I helped her with the Love Foundation rap song. So I'm doing all these shows for her, the Cinco de Mayo coronation for the Cinco de Mayo Queen. I did 2 years back to back. I did this year's and last year's with her. So I've been sober 5 years. So back then, the reason I started because I was partying too hard, right? So I've been sober now 5 years, and I'm doing these shows. So it's a whole different feeling, like a whole different, like it's just different, right? So I'm just soaking everything in. I think that's what it is. You have the clarity to be able to soak in what's really
And you can
going
only
on.
do that by being sober?
No, I don't think so, because some people are just mentally that strong. I think for myself, it's just more like I was just partying too hard, and then I sobered up. And yeah, for me, it is.
So you tried something new and it worked?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. So I wish I could say it was free will, but it wasn't. You know, but I did choose, and I've been doing it. So now it's more like I'm enjoying it more, soaking it in a different light than I had previous, right? All those years. Anyways, so I'm doing all these shows and stuff, and I remember Scotty, when we went to go record the song, he had a green room, like a green wall.
Right.
And I wanted to shoot a video, and I was like, I'm gonna hit him up, because he had said, hey, whenever you guys want to use the podcast room or whatever, even record whatever you guys, because his studio's a podcast studio.
Okay.
It's set up pretty badass, and but we recorded that Love Foundation's vocals there. Anyways, so he told me, hey, whenever you want to come use anything here, you guys just let me know. And I remembered he had the little wall, and I wanted to shoot a video, and I was like, I'm gonna try to do a green background, what it's called, the green screen.
Green screen, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I hit him up, and he's like, yeah, man, for sure he could come. And so I started reaching out to the people I wanted to be on the video. I'm trying to get all ready. That weekend when we were supposed to go, one of the guys got sick. My feature got sick, and
The feature?
yeah, the feature got sick. So I had to call Scotty back, and he must have been busy. So I texted him, and then I was getting no reply, and I was just like, oh man, that sucks. And then he finally wrote back. I was like, oh, it's all good. I was like, oh man, thanks. We'll reschedule. So when I tried to reschedule, it wasn't working out. So
Right.
he had mentioned the last time I talked to him, he had mentioned trajectory class. He said, "Hey, I have this class that I host. You know, you should come through. You know." And I didn't really think about it, but I remembered it. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to that trajectory class and see him in person.
And you made the decision of going.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see him at this class. He said that he's always hosting. I'm just gonna show up and just talk
See
to
what
him.
happens.
And, yeah, and tell him, wait, what's up? Can we still do the video? You know, because he has a pretty badass setup. And so I showed up, and booyah! So I realized what he was holding, and then he tells me this. He goes, "Hey man, I just sent an email out looking for somebody to perform for all the people that I invite to my classes. He wanted entertainment incorporated in it, and I just happened to show up." Right?
So you were there at the right moment,
Yeah,
at the right time.
Yeah, so he was like, "Would you mind performing?" And I was like, "Heck yeah!" And as soon as he like went to go do something, everybody in there was hitting me up. And they wanted to hear something, so I started doing something. When he came back, he's like, "Oh, you guys are supposed to wait." So I was already rapping whatever I had in my mind, you know, to rap. No freestyle, just songs that I have already.
You were ready.
I was ready, pretty much, you know, my songs, and so I did it. And then later I performed again because he's like, "This is the way I wanted to do," because he has his way he likes to do things, you know, like introduction, or sometimes he'll open up with somebody doing music or not, you know, or later or whatever. However he works it, he's pretty cool. So then I pretty much was the entertainment. So then the following week I performed again. Then they let me perform like back to back, like for a long time, just straight. And then they'd bring other acts and themselves, right? That they would bring in, but then I was like, this is my way to get some of the homies in. So I pretty much reached out to a lot of people. Hey, come to these classes, come to these classes. And my homeboy Sinner right here, I told him, "Big dog, you gotta go and you gotta perform." So he started going out. He's been performing there, and then through everything of meeting his story about how we met through the roll up song, I invited him, and that's where it comes where he's saying that after he went that first time, he wanted to go every week. So in a way, him calling me every Wednesday, "Hey, let's go," it was kind of like we were pushing each other. All three of us kind of like,
they're motivating each other to go.
Yeah. So we just been going, and a lot of amazing things have happened through that class. So,
Like what? What have you guys done to that class?
So these guys, like I said, if you guys really want to hear it, I just did a song for them, inspired by them, inspired by all of us that go to the class that are artists. I put a song, it's called Trajectory, and you can find it on the Trajectory, Mr. Manual, like a manual book. And at the end, I put them Jay, because it's Scotty, and then his business partner's Jay, and they came together to just do this class and try to help. At the outro of the song, I put their speeches, like little speeches that got recorded of them, that they were speaking in the Trajectory class, and then they explain everything so perfectly. So if you guys really want to know, find that song and listen to the outro.
What's the address?
I don't know the address,
Drop
but it's
the
a state.
address so people
The
know,
actual class
Let
is
people know.
Wednesdays from 6 to 9 at the State Bridge Hotel
Yes, sir.
off by the Silver Lakes.
Okay.
Be there.
Okay, so it's
Next
you guys
to
can find it.
Silver
Do you think if you guys really
Next
want
to
to make it? These
Silver
guys are awesome. They're just trying to help people. So pretty much at the end of the outro, as a matter of fact, you want to Google it and we play it real quick?
What?
We could play it on your phone and put it on the speaker. The
Let's play
outro.
for you the original. We can play.
Yeah, right now, since we're doing just that, so they know about because look, because
Where's it?
all that,
I mean,
all
I don't have
that,
it,
because
though.
look, it's all that comes from the class for you.
You don't
I
have
mean,
it
the
on
song
your
for you. Yeah, but I got my thing recording. Just so you know about your, because then for you comes later.
Where's the link at though?
The song that he's talking that we want
For
to
you?
perform comes later.
Okay.
Like
Is it
in the
on
picture,
YouTube?
because then Marissa talked to him. And
So
was
it all
like-
connects together?
Yeah, because Marissa reached out to him and she's
it's
and
on
she's like,
YouTube, right?
yeah, YouTube Trajectory, Mr. Man. So look at Marissa, since she's all about
Helping people.
helping people and everything, she asked him, "Well, what do you have?" And he's like, "Well, me and Manuel have a song we did for our kids." And she's like, "Oh, I want to hear it." So then she heard it and she loved the song. So then I was like, "Well, let me hear the song," because I had recorded at his studio and I forgot about it. So I was like, "Well, let me hear it again and kind of touch it up." So then we went back in the studio, re-recorded it, and then she's been having us perform that song too.
Yeah.
She's like,
she really
cool.
liked it.
She really
When
liked
we
it.
first made it though, nobody had the vision though. I thought it was gonna be a hit.
Can you scoot up the microphone?
Oh, here, or can I hold it? Cool. Thank you, Kanazi. Yeah. So when we first made it though, right? Emmanuel was like, I mean, it's alright. It's a good
Well, 'cause
song.
we make so
And the
much
whole
songs.
time
We
I was
make so many
thinking, I was like,
songs.
no, it's a good song, and here's what it is because the content, right? The actual message of the song is dads.
Yeah.
Dads who've messed up, but dads who keep going. And I feel a lot of dads out there mess up and stay down.
It's hard to get back up.
Exactly. But see, that's part of being a man and a woman or whatever, an adult in general. That's part of being an adult is getting back up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I basically saw the vision originally for the song.
Originally,
It was going to help people. It was going to help people.
Originally recorded at the
So,
studio.
you know,
Originally recorded at.
fast
and then
forwarding now,
He
you
remixed
know.
it. He remixed
Power
it.
106. Everybody call Power 106 and request For You by the Archangels. One more time. 520-1059. LA, Power 106. Call them For You by the Archangels. Once again.
That's right. Originally, we did it at the studio, which is that's what we call my studio. And then he took it to his studio and remixed it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he remixed it, I was like, oh man, that's dope how you remixed it. But we do so much, so much music that when we did it, and I knew it was cool because we did it for our kids, right? But I do so much, we both do music, but he always liked that song. Like he'd roll up to the pad bumping in his car and he'd be like, I'm telling you, man, that song. And I used to be like, that's dope, because he had remixed it. So he was just bumping it. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. For a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until, like I said, Marissa from Love Foundation told him, well, what songs do you have? He's like, I have this one. So he already had it in mind, get it? Like he was like, I have this one. So then she loved it. So then we re-recorded it again, and actually, the one that somehow I got to Power 106, it's rough, but it got played somehow, my boy. It got played. So we're in the middle of trying to get the final version, and we wanted to film an official music video for it.
We're trying to make a vision.
Yeah, for it, a visual for it. So
A visual poster board and a video.
so that song came through that after the
That's
fact.
what I see. It's like going to be like a little
Series almost. Connection.
pretty much, yeah.
So from him going to trajectory class, he kind of built a bond with Marissa, Love Foundation, and that's when they got together. And she asked him about music, and then that's when he threw the For You. The song's called For You.
And the rest
For
of
our
this-
kids, right? And and it is.
rest of
So
this-
after that, she just kind of was like, "Hey, perform that song here, perform that song there," and that's the story about that song. So that came after the fact, but before that, going back to trajectory class, 'cause this trajectory class is really big for all of us, and it is. It's a big focal point in everything that we do right now.
What do you guys do in the trajectory class?
Okay, so
what's
going
it about?
back to it. So look, he has the song. So let me see the phone. Or get ready to play it on the mic.
Ready?
Okay, no. Let me say one more thing about it. Just about the class. About the class. One more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
So then,
I should just play it right now.
yeah. No, hold on. Well,
we're gonna
I
be-
think you should play the. Let me see. I'll play the
gonna-
outro. Just them talking. So because the song's long as heck. It's long. So
You already know the point where you want to get to, huh?
yeah, exactly. So these guys. So then I invited my homeboys, pretty much, right? Kanazi, everybody.
Can you use the
More
phone
go.
real quick?
More of the homies go, right?
Use the phone real quick, right?
Okay, I
Have
have
a
it right there.
backstory.
So these guys, they're just awesome, right? So then Jay really liked Roll Up. He's seen the Roll Up song and video that we did, right? He's like, I love Roll Up. That's just what the song's called. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it everywhere.
Roll Up by
Roll Up is the one that going back to it where Kanazi said that I played him a beat.
the artist. What's the name of the artist?
No, Kanazi. It's
Kanazi.
No, remember he's told the story about him going to my studio and then
yeah.
I told him, hey man, this
But
guy
if I were to
this-
look for the song, it'd be Roll Up by.
Mr. Manuel, and
Mr. Manuel.
featuring a bunch of artists.
Okay.
There's like 12 of them on that song. That all came out. Shout out to all 12 of you guys that were part of this song.
That's crazy.
So going
That's a
back,
lot
it is
of
like
people.
this is like a Pulp Fiction interview. So let's go back to Kanazi real quick. So the Roll Up song that he's talking about, when he came to the studio, my homie that brought him, I told him, look, man, I got beats from other producers that they send me stuff. I got mixtape beats. I got original beats. I got beats that are unfinished. I got beats that are just, have
You
mad
name it, and I
samples
got
in
it.
there. Yeah, exactly. So I just have a deck. And I said, I'm just going to start playing you beats and you pick one. Now, if you happen to pick one that's my original one, more than likely, I'm not gonna like what you put because I do multiple versions of one song every time. I never stick with I never stick with the first one. So whatever I say on the first song, I'll remake it totally different. I'll tell myself, lad, don't stay away from what you said. I'll do like 2 or 3 different versions of the same song. So that's what I meant, Kanazi. What I meant was, more than likely, I'm not gonna go with that because I like doing different versions of.
And I've already seen this song.
Yeah, if it's a mixtape or even other producers, I'll do the same thing. I'll do multiple versions. But if it's like mixtape or something, I was thinking you were gonna go with the mixtape.
It's like if Dr. Dre heard somebody make a song off of one of his originals.
Yeah. But I gave him the chance to listen to all of them, right? And then I thought he was gonna pick a mixtape because mixtape have samples, so people like hearing samples because it's just a sound, right? It's a sample. So he ended up picking one of the original beats I had made back in the days, right? So that's what I meant. Kanazi was like, "Hey, more than likely, I'm not gonna like it because I'm gonna want to do a different version of it."
Right.
Not necessarily meaning, "Hey, I'm not gonna like your stuff." So then he did his thing. He sat there, wrote his stuff.
It's gonna be hard to impress him on his beat.
On my beat, yeah, exactly. So then I was just like, I let him do his thing. He was done with the song. Then he recorded his vocals. And there's a verse, like you said, where he mentions black, Chicano, and a Mexican, Mexicans, or Mexican, whatever he says, right? You guys have to hear the song. So I liked it. I liked what he was saying.
Message.
Yeah, so then a bunch of homies would come in and out of the studio, so I tried to put them on the song. So it just started out with me, him, and Silos. Shout out to Silos, who has never done a song in his life, never recorded nothing. Since it was us 3, he was in the session. We made him write his verse, and he recorded his verse, a little verse, right? So he's never done anything. So it was just us 3 to begin with in the song. And in the song, I didn't know really what to do with it, but I really liked it, and we were playing with it. So we went old school, the simplest one. Hey, let's do phone calls like if we're calling each other. So there was multiple versions of the song in itself. Because then more homies got into the call that would come and do their verse, and then we had to incorporate them in the call too, like a 3-way type of thing, right? And then it became a conference call. We had so many rappers trying to be in there, and I was like, I can't do that. That's
By a bunch of bosses, bro.
In the beginning of the song, it's just a bunch of us on the phone. Hey, So, but I liked the song that I kept it going. So then
So it sparked something in your mind.
Yeah, I was just like, it's like I was
building.
It was like I wasn't giving up on the song. Like I just kept. So every time he'd come, look at what I did. I'd show the guys, hey, look at the song now. I believe at the end of everything, the song in itself, there was probably 7 versions of that song in itself, like 7 different versions of it.
You wanted to get it down.
Yeah, I wanted to get it down. So then finally, when it came to me, I said, I'm gonna reach out to the real MCs that are Chicanos that are doing it. So I reached out to all the homies that are on the song. There's a bunch of them, man. All the guys on the song, they all said, yeah, we'll jump on the song. So then,
What's with that wire?
hey, so these guys started sending it. Some of
Where
them,
you're grabbing it, you're moving the wire, and it's going. Okay, you're good.
so some of the guys were sending me in their vocals. Some guys recorded their vocals in the studio. So little by little, all these rappers that I was telling, hey, jump on the song. At the end of it, I believe it's like 12 MCs, 11 MCs or 12 MCs. I can't remember. But anyways, so at the end of it, I wanted to do it for Kanazi because I really liked what he did. Get it? So I wanted to put the song, and we did it. Then we shot the video. So Kanazi we shot the video. So anyways, so going back to Trajectory, Jay really liked the song and video. How it was a bunch of rappers that came together. It's like a cipher in a way. It's like a cipher. Yeah, exactly. It's like a cipher, right? He really liked it, and he'd always tell me, "Man, I really like that song. I've watched it a bunch of times." Then one day at the end of Trajectory class, he says, "Man, that'd be dope if you did a Trajectory song."
Oh, a song about Trajectory?
Yeah, because because he knew I had made that song. He knew I made music, right? So.
And that you're in Trajectory.
And I'm in Trajectory, and I just kind of looked at him. I was like, damn, all right. That same night, I got inspired, and I started the song. So that's the song I'm telling you guys about.
The little light bulb flick.
Yeah,
right
so
here.
then I incorporated everybody. It's like a roll-up, but different. Like, because there's so many rappers on that song, too.
Yeah.
Not as many. But at the end of the song, I put them. So the Trajectory class is this is it right here. Let's play it. Where's the... So this will explain Trajectory for everybody out there. Anybody's welcome to these classes.
On Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays at the Staybridge Hotel at the Silver Lakes. And once my homie Sinner over there plays the outro, you guys will see what these classes are. You guys should make them out there if you guys can, at least just to experience it one time or more if you guys like it, because we haven't stopped going.
So you've been going every Wednesday?
We try to. There's days where we can't make. Yeah. But for the most part, we like going. So it's a cool spot. It's positive people. It's all about that. Right there's coming up. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Start right there.
I need a smoke break, yo.
Let me see. Let me rewind it.
Huh?
Rewind it, dog. Come on.
Wind it.
Do it right, dog. Play from the beginning, dog. You won't miss. This is like serious. These guys. These guys.
Which one is it, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Let me see.
The whole thing?
No. Let me see.
I played it from the beginning?
No, it's the song's long. Let me see, my boy. It is my song. I know exactly where to put it.
He said, I built this thing. I know where it's at.
The song's like it's a long song.
Yeah.
It's a long song.
Well, yeah. Well, 12 different artists. I imagine it being pretty long. How long is like each person's verse?
I try to keep them. I try to keep them short, but it worked out the way it did. But so here we go. This is it right here.
All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. We're all ready.
So the idea for trajectory is to get together, to make connections, and to help people get unstuck. The other thing is, a week before Serena died, she posted a song on Facebook, Second Chance. The lyrics to Second Chance say sometimes goodbye is the best second chance. Trajectory to me is Serena's second chance. It's because other people that are struggling out there, that have their back up against the wall, that are taking medication, that are by themselves, that feel lost, that feel helpless, that need help, we can help them by connecting each other, by providing these little snippets of inspiration, entertainment, get people here, and at the end of the day, help people get unstuck. Trajectory to me is Serena's second chance.
I wrote a book that turned into coaching to help others, and that became my purpose. Like, I figured out, I felt different when I did that. I realized it was my purpose, but then I quickly realized the stuff that I was kind of helping people with, and the stuff I wrote in the book, it didn't really come from me. I really believe that I came from a higher power. So it was kind of fed through me to help people, and I realized that it's not really mine to hold on to. So it became my purpose to try to get it out there as much as I can, and to make as big of an impact and as big of a impact using what I've learned. So this is one of the ways that we want to do that. Scotty has his reasons why he wanted to do trajectory, and we teamed up together because we had the same desire to make a change and make an impact and grow this.
So those guys, and I want to kind of.
Thanks for the phone.
Why I want to. Yeah, thanks, my boy. What I wanted to talk about them real quick, because on there he says that he found Jay found his purpose, but he knows it's not his to hold. He has to give, it's not his to hold, so he has to kind of like share it in a way.
Okay.
And through this trajectory, and through this trajectory class of going and everything, these guys do a lot of amazing things, right? And one of the things is I became an author through them, and the books are about to get released October 1st. We're about to launch.
Oh, that's right around the block, bro.
Yeah, we're about to launch this book that I'm part of.
Website, bro.
That I'm part of through them. I don't know the website, but maybe we could tag it or something.
Yeah. Send me the link afterwards, and I'll put it in the description.
There you
for
go.
your
Nice.
book.
Yeah. So I'm part of this book through this trajectory class. I became an author, and it's crazy because in the book I talk about my music, my love. My chapter's called everybody. It's 17 of us, and we each wrote a chapter in this book.
Oh, it's a shared book.
Yeah. So everybody, and for me, I put my music, and my chapter is called "Passion and Hard Work Saved My Life," and I kind of talk about what we've already been talking about. how making music since I was young, and I never really stopped. So in this book, I talk about that. So these guys helped me become an author, So that I think I have mad love and respect times 10 for these guys. So through these classes and everything, and taking Kanazi, one day, because sometimes they'll make you stand up and introduce yourself and talk a little bit about
publicly.
you. So one time, Kanazi went up there, and he said he loves to make music, everything he's been saying, right?
Yes.
And then he says, these guys are my mentors, speaking of myself and my homeboy Sinner, because we've been helping them with music, right? So he says, we're mentors. So that kind of did it to myself. So I had talked about earlier how I had gone away from partying too hard. I pretty much partied myself out.
Yeah.
To where I went back just
Was
to
that
do...
the stage where you think you felt stuck?
No, I don't think I ever felt stuck. It was kind of more like I just stopped. I just went back to making music. To what got me here in the beginning,
The
making
basics,
music.
the foundation.
The foundations of my cousin Dr. Hayes, just going back to just making music, nothing else. So I did that for years. It was kind of like I was holding it in for myself, being self. Just I never
Digging
stopped, but I never cared about anybody else. I was just doing it for myself at this point. I had already been there, done that in my Dre voice, right, in my Dr. Dre voice. So I was just making my music, just I already knew what was up. It was making me. It was keeping me sane in a way. It was a getaway, which all this comes together because there is a volume 2 that I'm gonna that I already pretty much started on for the book, for a second book, where it all comes together. But that's for another day. But for right now, so these guys made me an author. And all this. He stands up and says, pretty much that we're mentors to him. And it made me realize what Jay said: when you find your purpose and your gift, it's not yours,
Yeah.
So
You become more of a selfless version of yourself.
Yeah, so these guys have pretty much helped me realize everything and put everything together like a puzzle, and I can see it now. The puzzle's coming together where you can start seeing the picture now. So that's what's happening. So I'm here helping now, so now I'm sharing my gift.
So what is your
my
puzzle
purpose.
building into?
Helping others, and I used to be the guy to be like, those people don't exist. Those people don't really want to help you. There's no people that really want to help.
Everyone's in it for themselves. It's all a rat race.
My whole life has been like that, right? But now that I'm that guy really wanting to help with what my gift is, all these years of making my music, and now I'm helping, and pretty much I am a mentor, and I'm Kanazi's mentor, and it's giving me. I've always had purpose and meaning in my life, but now it's even more, and that's where that puzzle's going. So for everybody out there that don't believe people really want to help, the only way you know is if you help yourself, help people, and then you realize that people do want to help. And that's what I've become with being an author, being a dad, a husband, being a homie for my friends, and now being able to help people with my music, like Kanazi, is an amazing feeling. And when Jay at the outro says that, it was just like it all came together. Yeah. Get it? So shout out to Jay, shout out to Scotty for this trajectory class, who in a way I've grown drastically and quickly with
and
these
right
guys.
now especially, I say that a lot of, especially young people, they need a mentor. Because back then, like, you had your teachers, but right now even that, like, teachers are on their own thing. They're humans too, you know? So they got to be going through their day-to-day lives, day-to-day struggles. And how in your outro it said about being stuck. It's like, just because they're teachers, just because they're X, Y, and Z job or this type of person, it's like they're still going through it too. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that you guys had this. I also saw that my dad went with you guys for Men's Day.
Okay, so Men's Day, we performed for you. Marissa Love Foundation wanted us, which we're getting into right now. We performed it at the Men's Day, and your dad was there. Right. And me and your dad clicked. Poof, me and him clicked right away. So through Love Foundation, she hosted, I believe, I don't know if it was her first annual. It might have been her first annual or her second, I don't know, but she had a Men's Day, and we showed up to perform, and she just trying to do good things. Yeah, so the Men's Day is just her trying to get men together so they can talk if they have to. She provided food, drinks. A lot of homeless showed up that day, got haircuts. She had free haircuts. Free clothes. She had giveaways. She actually had Sam. Shout out to Sam. He's a photographer. She had photographer giving free headshots, And
I saw that.
Yeah, your dad got a headshot. He actually probably had the best headshot of the night. He looked like a natural star. Did you see it?
Yeah. It looks crispy.
Yeah.
Nice
So
lighting.
Sam came out, donated his time for Men's Day, gave everybody headshots. She also had somebody cutting hair too. Marissa, I just don't know the lady's name, but she showed up, cut hair for the guy. So Men's Day is every year, and it should be coming around 2025. So we'll probably be promoting that too.
When you say you want to help people with your music, do you mean like helping them make music, or how do you say what do you mean by helping people?
I think helping in a way where it's helped me, kind of letting them see a different light of just trying to make music and all this, because it's a getaway. It really is. Once you get into it, it's like when you do your editing, you get so focused, ain't nothing distracting you, right?
Yeah,
if you love doing that, if you really like doing it, then you get a getaway. If you're half-assing,
find what you love, guys. Find what you love. That's what you gotta do.
If you're half-assing stuff, you're never gonna know that feeling.
Find what you love, you said.
Find what you love. That's it, man.
Yeah.
It goes for everybody. Cooking, music, painting, doesn't matter. Podcasting, it don't matter. Find what you love. Do it and get paid for it, man. That's the whole goal of life. You know what I mean?
So how did it start for you guys getting paid for doing music?
It started maybe a year or two ago. People started calling me, "Hey, dude, you want to get paid this and that."
Well, technically, we're not getting paid for this because she's a non-profit organization.
Non-profit here.
So technically,
there's giving status. This is love status. This is
honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
But what about for you guys selves?
I'm gonna be honest.
For ourselves,
I've never got paid for one dime. If anything, I was an investor, and I invested in all these big shows, Baby Bash, Too Short, Sugar Free, all these guys that I used to invest thousands and thousands of dollars. I was the investor through these shows back when I used to do these shows and party, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it was more how do you say it? Like I was more having fun. I wasn't really serious about it, I guess. I was just too young and just having fun.
Following around.
Yeah, exactly. But I was part of the business. Exactly. I was part of the business because I was investing big money into these shows.
Yeah.
So even then, I told the main promoters that would get the main acts, I tell them, you know what? I don't even care. Just let me open up because I used to do the pay to play. So I was like, if I become the investor, then I don't have to pay to play no more. I would get all my money back, and I tell the guys, I don't even care. Don't even pay me. Just pay me what I'm investing, make my money back, and let me open up for these guys, right? So I did that for a lot of years. So to this day, I don't think I've really made serious money off of it. Not even little money. Nothing serious. So everything I've done has been just because I want to do it. I don't have that
for the love.
Yeah, I do it exactly. I do it for the love, and I don't. The way I look at it is, it starts in the sessions, and then anything after that is just a plus.
See,
so I don't try to overthink it and try to overshoot it. I just try to take it.
Do what feels right.
No, just knowing where it puts me at when I make music, and that's in a whole different deep mental frame of just being in that, and that in itself, money can't buy.
Artist.
You can't buy that. You can't. There's nothing that at that moment anything could do. So I really cherish those moments when I'm making music, and I don't think about anything else and even getting paid and this and that. A lot of people do talk about money and they involve it, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I've been blessed. I don't.
You guys remember, dude, money's important. Money's important too, though, man. It pays the bills, yo. It pays the bills.
I've been at my company.
You got to get paid.
I've been at my company. I've been at my company.
This is for the love, right? What we're doing right now. This is for the love. This is straight.
I've been at my company over 20 plus years. Right out of high school, my first real job. I've been blessed with a job like that to where I was doing these big shows. Most of this money in the rap game is drug money, right? That's why all these guys blow up. They all used to be drug dealers. If you really think about it, 50 Cent, anybody you could name was somehow involved with the drug money. There's nothing wrong with there is, but I mean not to put them down or anything. So when I came in the game with hard work in construction, but not that they're not working hard, but I came in working at a different route with the money. So to me, it was more like I'm just gonna do my thing at work and love what I do because of what it's bringing. and just have fun with it. So my mind frame was a little different than everybody else's going into the game. I think that might have hurt me because I was partying too hard. So I've been blessed to where the money is not nothing other than I know I'm blessed, and it's been consecutive for the longest time, being able to provide for my wife, my kids, and be able to make my music consecutive year in, year out, day in, day out. I don't think I've ever stopped. To be able to do that, that's a blessing.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be able to take my studio every place I've ever lived, to be able to upgrade, to be able to just get in the studio, to be able to get away.
And keep
to
it from the genuine of your heart.
And to do it for so many years just for myself.
Right.
And now to be able to help my fellow brothers and whatever I can from all my years of experience of just being able to get away. Put the money aside, but to be able to help, to let somebody know and involve them in a getaway of a session. So that's where I'm at. I know other people
So
think
giving that experience.
that's where I'm in my
Okay.
life, and I want to help. And like I said, I'm part of the Love Foundation. It's a lot of it's a lot of nonprofit stuff where you're not gonna make money. So to me, that drew me even more, because like I said, I make music for myself. I'll tell a quick story to wrap this up of what I'm trying to get at. There was a time where I was gonna get a Too Short feature. I was supposed to get a feature. I had got into it with the promoters, but one of my other homies knew somebody that could get him in the studio supposedly that night. So that night I had my cash money ready to pay him. We're in the studio. It didn't go down. Okay. So the guy in the studio was, his artist was this, at the time he must have been like 15 or 16 years old. This kid rapping. Okay. Mm-hmm. He would take him to all the shows, and I never got the Too Short feature, but Too Short back in the days when I was young, 12, 13, 14 years old, rapping with Dr. Alias, he was a big Too Short fan. So everything he liked, I liked. Remember that? So he liked Too Short, I liked Too Short. Too Short used to have this little kid rapper named Baby D.
Okay.
This Baby D, he'd throw him on his CD and his albums, and he'd throw him on compilations, everything. And me being young, I would look up to that. Like, oh man, he has Baby D, he has that kid rapping, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward all these years, I'm supposed to get a Too Short feature. It doesn't go down, but the guy that was gonna put this together had that kid that he'd take him everywhere. That was his artist, right? And I told him, man, you know what, man? I didn't get the Too Short feature, but I'll get that kid on one of my songs, because I already had enough songs to make an album. So I told him I want that kid on my album. So like 2 weeks later, he calls me. He's like, hey, Young Greedy's in the studio. You want to come down? I was like, all right. So I shot to that studio. I get there, I meet him. I show them the beat, the hook, the song I want him to jump on. I already had the song ready. Lo and behold, there's somebody off to the corner, and the homie's like, hey, man, do you know who that is? And I was like, nah. He's like, that's Bo Rock from the Dove Shack. Summertime in the LBC. You know that song?
I don't think
Every
so.
summer they play it out here in Cali.
Oh, okay.
Summertime, look into it. All the old heads know what's up. So he's like, that's him. And I was like, for reals? He's like, you want him on your song? I was like, heck yeah. So then he comes in, starts humming the hook. So I get Bo Rock and this kid on my song. So in my mind, I'm like, I got my Baby D. I got Baby D.
Yeah.
I got it. I didn't get Too Short.
Version.
I didn't get Too Short. I didn't get a Too Short feature, but I got my Baby D feature on my album that I'm getting ready to release. And
it worked out for you.
Well, check this out. So then the kid does his verse, records his vocals right there, and then writes his verse right there, records it. Boom. The homie Bo Rock recorded his vocals right there, and then boom. And then the homie, shout out to Frank Nitty, Greedy Style Entertainment. So he tells me, hey man, let me put it together, touch it up a little bit more, and then clean it up, and then you could come back and do your verse at another time. I said, all right, that's cool. Like a week or 2 weeks go by, and I get a phone call, and it's him. He's like, hey man, I'm done with the song. He's like, somebody wants to buy it off of you. Do you want to sell it? Mm-hmm. And at the time, from doing all these shows, I kind of was upside down because I was partying now. Now the money that I was investing, I wasn't, because I didn't come into the game like, hey, I want to get paid. That's what I'm saying. My mentality was more like, hey, I got my money. Exactly. I'm here to have fun. So when he told me that, at that time, I had gone down upside down on these shows, investing in these shows, to where, I wasn't doing too good. Like, like we were barely getting by. So I could have used the money. And the money, what I invested into the song, studio time, and I was in there multiple times, you know, day in, day out, try to put this single together or this song. And he calls me and says somebody wants to buy it. So it was like 6 times the amount, at least 7, 8. I don't even remember. It was a lot, right? And I was like, all right, well, give me a second. Let me think about it. So I hung up. Well, I know the exact amount, but I just don't want to say it.
No, you don't have to.
So I hang up. I go to my wife. I tell her, hey, remember that song that I win, this and that? They want to buy it off of me. And we could use the money.
Yeah.
And my wife
What
goes,
do you think?
And my wife goes, I'll never forget. She's like, that's your song. She's like, no, that's your song. You don't want to sell it. This and I was like, hey, you're right. I started fucking jumping up and down.
So you didn't
That's
take
my
the money?
song. So I called them back. I was like, nah, dog, that's my song. I'm going to go record my vocals because that was the last song I wanted to put on my album that I already had enough songs to put out.
Yeah.
An album, right? That was just the last song I wanted was a Tusha feature, but I didn't get him, so I got the kid, my baby D, right? So I was like, nah, man, like, what am I thinking? Like, nah, that's my song. He's all right, cool, no problem, no biggie, whatever, come record it. So then we set up, I finished the song. The day I finished the song, he tells me, hey, man, let me do your whole album off of that one song. He's like, let me do your whole album. And I was just like, I already have the songs for that, but that's a song. Somehow I ended up doing the whole album with him, and that's the album I released. So all the unreleased songs, the original songs for the album never made it.
Yeah, because you went with
I
him
did the
instead.
whole album with him. So then I did the whole album with him, and and that's where I got a lot of where I got the power to be able to shut down just any money. And that's hard.
No.
And that's hard. Yeah, be able to say no. And that's how I learned a lot of respect for money too, and
for yourself too.
and for myself. Yes. So yes, money's a big thing, and everybody wants money, especially if you need it. But when you're blessed, it attract you start attracting.
Yeah.
You know. So
You become
I've
attracted
never
to money.
the time that I did try to chase it, it wasn't me, so I stopped it quick. So now that's where I'm at. I think it's more of a meaning, purpose that and I can only say that, and people can only say that if for example, man, I know I've been blessed, man. My wife and kids being able to provide. I've been at my company 20 plus years, right out of high school, same job. It's been a blessing, and I'm very grateful where I'm at in my life. And so for me, it's different.
Yeah, your relationship with money.
Yeah, you could say that, you know, because when you have meaning and purpose, it's different.
It's far more valuable to you than whatever money is.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Because I get in the dilemma too sometimes. I'm an artist just like you know, and that's that artist within us. It's like, the society is asking us for money. We have to go and get money. And it's very nice to have money.
It is.
But going to get money, sometimes that can be a whole different story.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to do, which is like...
Money's
your
everywhere,
music.
bro. Money's everywhere, bro.
Yep, you just got to
Look, it's like this, dude.
be attractive to it.
Back when I first started, I was doing shows. You know, I put on a lot of people on stage, you know what I mean, that are still rapping. This guy, one of them, this is my boy right here. You know, I was doing shows way back in the day, and I made sure I get paid.
Money's important, bro.
It is.
Yeah. Put it this way, dog. Minimum a night, dude. I'd be getting like maybe a $1,400 a night doing cash every night, dude. I'd be doing shows.
Just doing you.
Yeah. Why? I know how important money is to have. Money pays the bills. I mean, let's be real here, man. Money puts gas in your car as you head up to your next show.
Yeah.
You know? And money pays the bills for these lights right here, dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to be here without money.
Money's very important. I mean, let's be serious.
But it's important finding how to get money by doing
Exactly.
what
Hey,
you
check
love.
this out real quick. So,
Yes.
so all
Yes,
this
money's
that-
not everything, but it's a close second. Put it that way.
all this that we're all
That's
this
what I'm saying.
all this that we're talking about that I've been talking about is in the book because it's passion and hard work saved my
Right.
life. So in the book I talk specifically what we're kind of talking about in a way, and people think that they're 9 to 5 and that their dreams, right? Both of them, you try to mesh them, that their dreams are going to get them out of their work and their 9 to 5. But it's your 9 to 5 and your work that gets you your dreams.
Right.
So I've been at my company, like I said, for that long, and it's been a blessing. I've been able to live out my dream since I was 12 years old, every single day of my life, as a rapper producer, because I originally started making beats for my cousin. He was the rapper. He was the MC, Dr. Alias. And then he devoted himself to his family at a young age. He had his babies, and he devoted his time to his family, and I devoted myself to music. So every day that I would go to work was for me to work so I could just do my music.
Yeah.
So my work became like everything. I love
Like,
my,
I do that, and I get to do this more.
Exactly. So that's exactly what it was. So I just did it for so long, and then it got my mom out of housing working at this company. This company is a big blessing. It got my mom out of housing. We were in government aid housing. I realized quick by working hard at that young of age, I was helping my mom. We got out of housing. I had my music. I had it all, right? At that age, you know, and I'm probably 19 years old. I was 20. It was my first year working at that company that me and my mom were able to buy. I was able to get her out of housing and get into our own home that we owned when I was 19 years old, to be able to get my studio. When we moved into a house, there was extra room. I turned into a studio.
It's big moves at 19 years old.
At 19 years old, we had got out of housing, had my studio, and the more I just wanted to work. So this company, I'm like Kobe Bryant at it, because I love what I do. You know, I go in there and I try to do my best. And I've been doing that consecutive. And that consecutive, putting that energy into work because of what it's bringing, has blessed me all these years. And I hope for it to continue. God blessing me, because that's how and in the book, it explains all that on why my passion and my hard work has saved my life. So I speak about all that in the book. And that's what now, like I said, it's all coming together like a puzzle. Now, being a mentor, it's like that's what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, you determine your own failure, your own success, and for everyone, like, success is different. You know, my version
It is
success,
for everybody's different, and it's cool.
For instance, right now, I'm basically about to open up a business right now. You know, and my mindset is this right now currently. I don't like. I don't want to stay making. Basically, other people rich is what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm trying to start my own business right now. You know what I mean? For me, you know, but do what you love. Like you said, I guess. I don't know. I've been trying to talk all for the whole podcast. I don't know.
Hey, bro, we can have our own podcast.
He said something I've been trying to talk to. I don't know.
But going back to it,
I had a lot of thoughts.
everything.
I'll get you in another
We're here,
episode.
baby. We're here.
Yeah, bro. My
This is the
podcast
art
is
crew.
always available for everyone, bro. You can have your own episode. Don't even worry.
Once
You know,
you
it's
put-
coming back.
Tripping on you. Go ahead, dog.
Once you put your how do you say your
Crazy.
once you put your mind to it, like they say, right? Like a lot of things happen.
It's that desire of, like, I want to do this. I love to do this. I need to do this. And doing anything else feels a little wrong. But when you, again, that job that you had, thank God that you liked it too. Because some people,
because of what it brought.
yeah,
Right. So I think I was just able to it's like a life hack.
it was like an outlet to your outlet.
So for years I've done it, and like I said, I really do love what I do because of what it brings. All these years, and then that's all in the book. So you guys are gonna have to check it out. And I just can't believe where I'm at in life now, from being where I used to be and where I'm at now. It's most definitely meant to be, and that's how. If you put your that's what I was gonna say. If you put your mind to it, then you really start to see. You really
Without
start
your
to
eyes.
see it. Yeah, exactly. You really start to see things in a different light. Like I said, right now, I'm just blessed to be able to help people. I'm that person now that's really trying to help, because I'm in that position to be able to help with everything that I've been through and all the success that I've had in my life.
That experience.
And being blessed, and to be able to help somebody else, to be able to say that is huge. So I recognize that in myself, that I'm able to say that. So I recognize that in myself, that I'm in this spot, in this position to do that, and
To help, to heal.
Exactly. And I just every day I give thanks that I'm able to help whoever I can at the time.
Yeah, and now you got your prodigy and you got your crew.
Yep. That's right.
I think we should end it here. We got 1 hour and 11 minutes. Any final words you guys want to talk about, bro?
Shit, I forgot. I mean, a lot of what I was gonna say.
No worries. Hey, I want to have a
forgot,
podcast
like, most
episode
of
with
it-
each one of you guys by yourselves.
I'll go for
So we can go super deep into each other's minds.
Okay, so this is what I want to say. I want to say,
There we go.
real quick, if it's cool, we end it with performance.
Bro, definitely.
Play the beat. Let's do it for you.
I mean, shit. We want to do it, dog. Let's do it. But
Yeah,
go.
we'll end it with a live performance.
Okay, you guys want to stand up and do
No,
it?
we'll do it right here. He's
Okay,
gonna play
I'm
the
down.
beat. As long as we hear the beat, you'll get our vocals.
Okay.
so, how are we gonna do this?
Same way, dog. Like we're gonna perform it. What do you mean, which
bro.
way? There ain't no other way. Push play.
I mean, there's push play, but I mean, how's it gonna sound good though?
We're just
I'm
gonna do our
thinking
thing,
audible-wise.
dog.
How's it
Get the
gonna
mic.
sound good? How's it
Get
sound perfectly?
get
That's
your
what I'm
mic.
thinking.
I think that's.
bro,
We're
we're
producers of your type. I mean, this is a
Just be
producer's
you,
mind,
bro. You're
right?
perfect already. Be authentic.
That's the
Nobody's
last
perfect,
of.
man.
That's the last of our worries.
Nobody's perfect, man. But
Hey,
I do
God
kill it.
made you in His perfect image. That's as perfect as it gets, bro.
yeah. All right, here we go. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but Mano said just do it, so let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
We're here to do this for the homie Joan.
Heck yeah.
Yo,
Live
yo.
performance of the kickback.
Live.
Something like this. Archangel crew.
Here we go.
Son, I'm glad you never walked the same steps that I did. You're now an entirely, completely different kid. Not calling you a kid, but glad for the dumb shit you never did. You the soldier, first house, the buyers had the first bit. I love you, but damn boy, we need to get closer. You're too busy working, buffer my keep your composure. I get that you think there's no time for nothing, I get it. Your hustler's mentality, where the F you think you get it? I blame myself because all those times I was never acquitted. I stepped away too many times. Yes, I know I get it. From my heart, apologize. It hurts. I barely get it. Deserved everything I got. It was unfair to you. I got caught. At the end of the day, there were just lessons meant to be taught. Keep going, baby boy. Never let your heart rot.
This is for you. So, Joan, man, thank you for having us.
No.
You know what I mean? What's your podcast called?
Kickback podcast, everybody.
That's right.
Like and subscribe.
Kickback Podcast. And this is how we're going to do this. This is for you. My babies. You'll always be our babies. Your mother and I's twinkle in our eye. We'll always be here for you, ready. For whatever it be, you blessings. Remind us daily that this life is so precious. Like when you took your first step, started walking. You're growing like you're running. Please slow down, can you stop it? But I know the Lord has plans for you both to blossom into your own. And all He wants is your devotion. Get to know Him. I'm a parent, I know this. I wonder, imagine the worst. Then I put my trust in Christ with all my heart and all my might, that He'll protect you throughout the day and tuck you in at night. My seeds changed my life. Now I want to do what's right. I shine when I'm with my kids and wife. Oh, so bright. This is for you. My babies. You'll always be our babies. Your mother and I's twinkle in our eye. We'll always be here for you, ready. For whatever it be, you blessings. Remind us daily that this life is so precious.
This life is precious, man.
Thank you.
That was
for having
crazy.
us.
Thanks for coming on, bro. I want to have a podcast episode with each one of you guys, like individually. All right. So I get in your minds. I want to hear you guys' story, whatever you guys want to keep talking about. Let's do it, bro. Let's have that episode because I know you guys got a lot on your minds for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But thanks for coming on. Give you guys his names out again one more time, so where they can go and follow you.
Okay, mine's gonna be Real Sin Santos at Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, YouTube, Real Sin Santos, Corona Strangler, as above, so below.
Kanazi J at Instagram. Oh, sorry. Kanazi J at Instagram, Gmail. I also go under the Go Ask the Riverside Monster. You know, Kid Kanazi. Everything.
That's right.
Good. All right. Last one.
Mr. Manual like a manual book.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Where can they find you, bro? Instagram.
I think IG is the only thing I really mess with right now. I don't have none of the other ones. So IG, Mr. Manuel, Mr. Yim, Mr. Years in the Making.
He keeps it simple. He likes to stay to himself. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys happen to enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. This has been episode 85 of the Kickback Podcast. I got 3 guests on this time. I'm going to have you guys definitely back on. That's going to happen for sure. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are on Spotify or any listening platform, come over to YouTube. We got our video version. You guys can see our lovely faces here on camera. Again, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed day, whatever time you're watching. See you guys later.
Motherfucker at the kickback, not a competition, little boy.